Welcome to Therapists Say, the podcast where we talk about real life, real feelings, and the stuff everyone's dealing with, but no one really explains. We're here to make mental health make sense, keep things honest, and remind you that you're not the only one trying to figure it all out. Therapists Say is brought to you by Full Circle Therapy and Inner Wellness Therapeutic Services. Let's get into today's episode. And welcome back to another episode of Therapists Say. I'm your host, Mel.
I'm your other host, Liz.
I'm the co-host, Barry.
It's not really another holiday episode, but my question is a little bit.
Well, it's kind of New Year's.
Yeah.
Like this one will come out right around New Year's. Right?
Exactly. Yes.
I guess right after New Year's.
My topic is like perfect for that.
Well, we have to
But
do
before
shrink
that, yes,
Right.
shrink wrap.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so you guys had asked me the worst gift I ever got, and I
yes.
couldn't remember. And I mean, I feel like we would have to ask my ex-wife how I reacted to this because we worked at the same place.
Okay.
So this is up in Philadelphia. I'm working at I was an outpatient drug and alcohol counselor at the Christmas, whatever. They gave gifts and I got, you guys were talking about like getting perfume.
Yes.
Okay. So I got a bag from the perfume thing. Like, I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember, but they used to have specials where when you bought the cologne, you would get a free gift.
Oh, yes. Like
And it was
they
like a
still do
bag.
that.
So
Yeah.
it was a big bag. It was like a travel bag, right?
Like a toiletry bag. Like that?
No, a travel bag. Like you could fit like a carry-on.
Oh.
I would say a carry-on size.
Like a
right?
weekender.
And I don't remember what brand of cologne it was, but it said that on it, but there was no cologne.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't think I cared, but people were like, dude, they just like gave you the free gift that comes with the cologne. Like you didn't even get the cologne.
You know what? You're right. The worst gifts are the ones that you know are re-gifts. Like that they had it and then they were like, oh, I don't need this shit. And then re-gift it.
Right.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, there was a Happiness Lab podcast about
Re-gifting?
the holidays, and re-gifting came up, and they were interviewing. I didn't know the guy that played Dwight on The Office. Apparently, he's a podcaster. He has his own podcast, and he's written a book about spirituality. He's like a really spiritual person.
Oh, cool.
And he was being interviewed, and they were talking about re-gifting, and they had some story about how like you give me a gift, and then like a year or two later, I give it back to you.
There is nothing I hate more, and I
That's one of her pet peeves.
That's literally one of my pet peeves. If I know I gave you or your children something, and then you regift it to someone else, and I'm there.
And you're there.
And I'm there, and I'm like,
Well, this
wow.
sounds personal.
I was going to say, this sounds like it's happened to you.
Yeah.
It may have happened.
It sounds like one of our listeners is going to be like,
I bought a
"Oh,
very
shit."
specific thing, and then it was regifted.
That's actually happened to you a couple times. Yep.
More than
Yeah.
a couple, same person.
Wow. What's that say about your gift buying, though?
They were actually
They were actually
gifts.
great. Actually, like they were great gifts.
All right. You're like those people at Target that think nothing gets returned. That's a throwback to
but
last
it was.
episode.
It was
Okay.
just the receiver.
Okay,
It
then.
was more of a receiver problem than a gifter.
All right. I'll take your guys' word for it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
The other thing was my daughter Alexi asked me about the app, and she's like, do just randos come and pick up your laundry?
Oh,
The Poppins app? Or
Yes.
what is
Poplin.
it? Poplin?
And yes,
Okay,
random
no.
people do come pick
All
up
right.
your clothes. Well, so the way that they frame it is that it's like stay-at-home moms or
Stay-at-home moms come and get your laundry?
yes,
And then they do it?
yes.
Oh, no.
At their house.
Are you kidding me right now?
I
yeah.
swear. For real. For real.
For real.
And we actually
So it's like Uber, except for laundry.
absolutely.
Like you never know who you're going to get.
Yep.
Like some creep could show up and do my laundry.
Okay, for the record, I
Okay,
have
this is
two that
insane.
I really like, and you could request those. So now I've gotten to know them. So now I know them.
All right. So it's more like Rover.
But that's why you don't send your underwear.
I do not send underwear or socks.
They'll be selling it on the
That's
internet.
disgusting.
One's gonna be missing like every.
Right.
Oh my God, stop.
Okay, so that clarifies that for my daughter and probably all the other listeners that can't afford to have randos
I just
come and
did
pick
it.
up their
I just did
laundry.
it yesterday, and I paid $33.
Whenever I would
amazing.
do it, I would pay a lot.
For how
more.
many loads, though?
It was.
I'm going to come pick up your laundry. Shit, I need a side gig.
That's a
Laundry is not that hard.
It was just
Barry's
the
gonna
kids
sign up for
stuff.
Poplin, and
I think he's gonna come pick up
Did they fold it?
absolutely
Oh.
beautifully, and even leave me a little candy attached to the bag.
Oh, my
I'm gonna send you a picture.
No,
It's great.
I'm not. I'm just kidding.
And they
I'm
leave
not
me
doing
notes and everything. They leave a little note and a candy, and they.
I'm like putting it
A note
away.
about what? Like
Like-
your socks were particularly sweaty
I
this,
don't
this
sense.
week? Like, what are you talking about?
I'm gonna send you the beautiful note. It
Mm.
said "Happy Holidays, thank you so much. It's
you-
been
Oh.
a
You
pleasure."
leave them a tip.
Yes, you have to leave a tip, or you
yeah.
can't order again.
Oh, nice.
Like it doesn't let you do another order.
If you don't leave a tip,
Yeah, yeah.
what if they sucked?
Oh,
You still
one
gotta give
time
it
they
to-
sucked. Like one time it was a
Like it came back dirty,
yes.
just folded.
It was Sienna's cheerleading uniform, and it came back like still dirty. She like spilled something on it, and I was like, "The fuck." So I like angry emailed it. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And they gave me like
Yeah.
free laundry
No,
the next time.
that's funny because like they lost mine, and they were just like, sorry,
They didn't give you like anything.
maybe $10.
Oh, $10.
Did you ever get your laundry back?
We did.
Oh, of
Found it. We had to
course.
like go like searching the neighborhood for it.
In Poplin's defense, she lives in a townhouse, and they all look the same.
Right. But they have numbers on them,
They
right?
do have numbers.
Like the mailman knows how to
Yeah.
separate the
They
things.
do
I think,
have numbers.
I think you could still figure it out.
Fine.
All right.
Right.
I would have still ordered.
All right. So that was your,
That was
like,
her-
you love Poplin. And then the only other, I guess, shrink wrap or advertisement is for Prosimi. Did I
Very
say
good.
it correctly?
That's
I
good.
think so.
Prosimi. Right.
See me.
So we ate all their stuff.
I ordered
All
right.
so much stuff.
You've
for,
ordered more.
Christmas.
I think other therapists
Yes.
here have ordered more.
Yes.
And one of the things I had spoken with the owner about was now if they mention therapists say, you get 5% off your order.
Look at us.
I know.
Wow.
It was so good too. Like the cinnamon bun, I could have, like I have a sweet tooth. I think that's like anybody that knows me knows that. And I ate one and I was like, oh my goodness, that was so good. Like I literally could have ate the other. It took a vast amount of self-control not to, and to save it for the next day. Because I feel like I could have ate a tray of those.
Yes.
Yep.
They were so
They were
good.
delicious.
Yeah. The cookies were really good also.
I'm still eating the sourdough. I actually ate it this morning.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no, mine's gone.
Yeah.
All gone. It didn't
All right.
last very long. It was great.
So Prosimi
Prosimi sourdough.
sourdough on Instagram.
Right.
Order through there.
Amazing. 5% off. Right?
5% off. Mention therapists say. Mention you're a secret super fan.
Yes. It's great.
You don't have to say the secret super fan thing, I don't think.
No.
All right.
But if you want to, it's great. Okay. Any more shrink wrap? I really don't think I have anything for shrink wrap. That
Oh,
was good.
actually, I have a shrink wrap.
Okay.
Oh.
Sophie told me that I actually got the question wrong.
Oh.
But that's not what she meant, but it was still good. But then she didn't specify
Oh, what
what
she meant?
Okay,
I-
so
I think
we should just delete the episode then, I guess. Like it was based on her question.
What? That wasn't the right question?
What a
She said,
letdown.
Liz, you asked my question wrong. That's not what I meant. But like, yes, but no.
That's what she wrote?
That's what she wrote.
Okay.
And she
What a-
didn't say what she actually meant?
No, she just said sad.
What a letdown. Like my question is about to be used
Well.
on a podcast and they totally screw it up.
Oh
How
no.
bad? How bad is that?
All right, Sophia. Please let us know
Our
what your
apologies.
actual question was.
Yeah, text one of the more reliable co-hosts.
Actually, no. Comment below
Yeah,
so we get
comment
some
below.
engagement.
That's right. We need some engagement.
Yes.
Yeah.
And comment what your actual
We are
question.
growing though. I haven't shown you guys, but we like every day we pretty much get a new follower on
Wow.
YouTube, but not enough. Like I'm on a campaign to be like,
I love
I was listening to a podcast this morning about ICE stuff and the protesters and the streamers there that are really just showing the protesters have like 1 million followers or 250,000 followers on YouTube, and I'm like,
It's a journey.
Yeah, it's a journey.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Oh, okay.
all right, I'm for the okay.
I do keep reading
we're
that.
getting better.
That we just have to be consistent and keep it going.
We're being pretty consistent.
We are.
I think.
Very consistent.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So, other than screwing up listeners' questions,
Yeah.
Yep.
Secret Superfans questions.
Yep.
I gave her a sticker in class, and she
really
put
made
it
up for
right
it.
on her water bottle, like at that
Immediately.
moment. Yeah.
She really
And
made
it was
up
like,
for
and
it.
she was like, "This is a really expensive water bottle, too," like, or
Wow.
whatever. I don't remember what she said,
Yeah.
but like she loves that water bottle, and she put it on there. So.
So
Yeah, that was nice.
Oh, thank you.
I feel like a lot of our fans are really good fans.
yeah,
That's
You
true.
know?
they're loyal.
Yeah.
Yes, they're loyal.
Like
Yes.
Veronica.
Yes. I
Veronica
really
is
love
the-
that she followed up with, I
Yeah.
actually do wear a helmet.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
wears a helmet most of the time. She's the listener we mentioned. She's going to try to figure out my zodiac sign with the questions, and she's my neighbor that loves my dog. She said I don't talk about my dog enough.
You know, you don't seem like a dog person. Do you get that?
I don't know that I am.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I like other people's dogs.
Yep.
Like, yeah, that's a whole story. Like
really?
us getting a dog. Yeah. I was dating a woman or kind of living with her by then or close enough to living with her. Like she spent like 5 days a week at my place and she had never had a dog. So I was like, oh, you want to get a dog? And then me and my son all went to the pound and got my dog. And my dog is a super sweetheart. Like the reason I chose her is she was the only dog in the pound not barking.
Right.
And I hate
Barking.
barking. Yeah. She barely barks. She barks more in her sleep than she does in real life. Yeah. She's
What
a
kind
sweetheart.
of dog is it?
She's a mutt. The technical, like the closest to her breed they had was blackmouth cur, which I Googled, and she does look like that. She's super sweet. She's got a little pit bull in her. Like she has that chest.
Yeah.
Stocky.
But that's about it. Like the stocky chest, the muscular chest. But yeah, she's a sweetheart. So I got the dog with this woman.
And you kept it.
Well, yeah. When we broke up, she really didn't have the room for the dog, and I had more room, so yeah, I kept her. Yeah. I don't know that like you said, I don't seem like a dog person. I feel like that's a really good observation because I don't know that I consider I wouldn't have an animal if it wasn't for other people. I love people's dogs. Like I love petting dogs. I love playing with dogs. In fact, I've had a YouTube channel for a long time, my own YouTube channel. And I used to do, when I wrote for Psychology Today, I would put little videos to support the writing. And one of them about happiness, animals increase your happiness. And I was like, but you don't have to get one. You can play with someone else's. And at the time I was seeing someone else who had a little dog, a little black Chihuahua looking dog. And I was playing with it at the end of the video. But I'm really not a pet person.
I'm not a pet
I would
person
say.
either.
No.
I'm a cat lady nowadays.
I can't because then Eddie's allergic to the cats. So he says.
They're just very easy.
So he
I don't know
says.
if I
Such trust in her marriage. Like
can't stand you.
Eddie is allergic to cats. He comes over and he gets.
So he says though.
Because he just doesn't like them. He hates cats.
Oh, he doesn't like my cat?
No, he hates cats.
Eddie.
Yes, that's why I say that.
Well, but you know what? He's very nice about it. He's never told me that he doesn't like my cats, and I really
he's
appreciate
a nice
that.
person.
Big pet peeve of mine is people coming over my house and telling me I have to get rid of my cats.
telling her she needs to get rid of them.
Literally, including my mom. Every time I mention my cat,
And your
she's-
brother.
Yes, but my mom's like, "Are you getting rid of the cats yet?"
Wow.
Mean.
Mind you, Mel's wrapping paper this year is her cats.
It is.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. It's part of my petty Betty-ness. Anyways.
All right, New Year's episode.
Yeah. So New Year's episode. And I really wanted to do a question that had to do with the new year. And you know that I'm all about relationships. So of course it's centered
lovely.
on relationships. And this is something that comes up every year for some of my couples. It's usually when I'm seeing individuals that are coming in for like relationship issues, this always comes up. And currently I have like about 2 clients in this predicament.
I think something you said is really important as far as being a therapist goes, is how many people we see individually because of their relationship.
Yeah.
Like that is, that's probably like a myth about therapy. Like a lot of people that are in therapy themselves, it's relationship issues.
Yes.
And I keep seeing, I was reading again the textbook that I'm teaching next semester, and it just keeps talking about relationships. Yeah.
So my question is, a lot of people believe breaking up before the holidays is somehow worse than being quietly unhappy through them. So the question is whether that timing is grounded in psychology, or is it just culturally approved delay tactic. So why do we say, oh, we're going to wait till after the holidays, even for other things? So like we could branch out once we're done talking about relationships, but people usually say that they're going to wait to break up after the holidays. And usually they say it to be nice. Or if you hear somebody saying that they broke up right before the holidays, I've heard people be like, oh my God, and before the holidays?
Yeah.
Like, how rude. So then we think like, oh, it's nicer to wait till after the holidays, but then we're miserable through the holidays.
Yep.
I want to hear Liz's perspective.
For me, if I do not want to be with someone anymore, there is no waiting. I can't fake it. I'm like that in all of my relationships, even like personal relationships. If I don't like you, it's quite evident, and I can't help it. I literally can't help it. So if I don't really agree with that, like, because I'm not going to be miserable for the holidays. I'll be more miserable faking it and doing a really bad job with it. So personally, I just can't fake it. And it's very easy for me to be done also.
Okay.
Barry,
we're going to me.
Before I go with my perspective.
You know, all right, how do I put this? So Liz would end it before the relationship because she doesn't like being disingenuous. I think I'm probably on that team where I don't like being disingenuous. So I will probably end it before the holidays. But I do feel like I'm also a selfish person. So I'm wondering, like, is that the right thing to do? Is it just being selfish?
Like ending it before the holidays?
Yeah. Because like you said, you hear about people saying, oh, and right before the holiday, like how horrible is that, right? That you ended it right before the holiday. Like you ruined my holiday. And then I guess what that brings for me is, like, I'm thinking about narrative therapy and the stories we tell ourselves, right? And that's going to be that person's story for a long time, right? Like the story would be, oh, remember how last episode we were talking about, oh, Christmas, we always remember the good times.
Yeah.
And I argued, no, like suicide rates are higher. And also, you know, maybe you lost someone. Like that could be their narrative for the rest of their, like, depending on the relationship, right? Like if it was a divorce, let's say, or something that was very serious, that could be their narrative. I mean, and again, it's their narrative. Like they can change it. But wow, to be a contributor to that narrative.
So I have a few myths and facts. And waiting until after the holidays is emotionally kinder is a myth, which it's
a myth that it's emotionally kinder.
Yeah, because I feel like that's what you're saying, that it would be kinder if you got through the holidays.
That is what I'm saying. Yeah.
But research on stress and emotional suppression shows that anticipatory stress, knowing something bad is coming but not saying it, often increases anxiety, irritability, emotional exhaustion for both partners.
Right, but what if they don't know it's coming?
I feel like, I feel like most breakups aren't completely blindsided. Like there's usually issues that arise. Most of the time people don't wake up and are like, I'm gonna break up with this person today, but we're so happy and in love.
I can't disagree. Like I agree with you that often there were signs. I do think things come out of the blue, though. Like, I know I've said to like, I've probably taught this and said to clients that, a friend of mine once, I think I asked her like, I'm going to make up the days, but it was literally days between. I asked her, how are you and your husband? Great. Like, things are great. 4 days later, they were breaking up, or 5 days later. So I think sometimes it does come out of the blue. That may not be the norm. But I do feel like people are shocked when relationships end.
Maybe the decision, like maybe the decision for it to be finally over. But I don't know if necessarily. I feel like then in hindsight, right? Hindsight is 2020. When you step back, you can also look. Oh, we were both unhappy, or maybe this one was more unhappier than the other one.
I'm glad you brought that up, but I feel like that lends itself to the psychological phenomenon of hindsight bias, which is, okay, my relationship ended, and then I'm looking at all the ways I saw it coming when I wasn't necessarily seeing those until I knew the answer. Like, hindsight bias is basically, now that I know the answer, I can see the signs of it coming. But and it makes it think like I should have seen it coming, or I should have known better. But sometimes that's our brain, just like
coping.
These are biases that are natural. Our brain what?
I think coping, like the way that we cope with it, like, oh, I should have known.
Right.
Yeah. Personally, for me, I was broken up with after the holidays, probably on National Divorce Day, which I think is like somewhere around January 6th.
I didn't know that existed.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like a total, like, this is National Divorce Day, but, it's,
wow.
I want to look up the most common day.
It's around January 6th. And so now that you're saying that, I knew it was bad and I knew it was going to end. I'm not sure if he thought to himself, like, I'm going to end it come January, like the new year. Maybe he thought, let me go through the holidays. As I look back, the holidays were torturous because I was unhappy and I knew that it wasn't going well. And it was a lot of that anticipatory stress. Like, how is this going to end, or how is this going to get better?
Okay.
But now that you say that, I don't know if it's just me like analyzing it. Yeah. After the fact.
I think that's one of the amazing things about psychology is
January 11th.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. We can be convinced of something, but it doesn't make it true.
Well, that's us trying to find meaning also.
Right.
Yeah, to cope with it, to make ourselves feel better.
Well, meaning, understanding, Also, I was talking to a client about this recently. We don't like ambiguity. If something happens, it's easier to blame ourselves than to realize the world is chaotic and things happen. So in that case, it's like, I should have seen it coming, is a blaming myself rather than, wow, something could happen out of the blue and take me completely by surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is interesting because I keep going back and forth in my head, like, what is the right thing to do? And I hear what you're saying. And then also you guys are arguing most people see it coming. And I think they know things aren't good, but I don't know if they see the breakup coming. Like, because relationships have ebbs and flows, right? Like, they're closer sometimes and further apart other times. And if people are going to stay together for a long, long, long period of time, there's going to be bad times that they have to get through where they think about getting divorced, but maybe they don't. So I think the actual doing of it, like, I'm actually divorcing you, or I'm actually ending this relationship, could still be a shock, even if it's bad. Like, even if I feel like things are bad in my relationship, I might think, but we'll get through it. Or
yeah, I've had a couple that I was seeing one of the partners, and they told me, I spoke to my partner, I told them that we're just gonna get through the holidays for the kids and that we're gonna file for divorce after, like, very consciously uncoupling kind of. And I believe that it's complete torture for them throughout the holiday season. And then another myth is people think, let's get through the holidays for the kids. But I feel like it's a myth because the kids pick up if you're like resentful, or I mean, also people don't do a really good job at not fighting in front of the kids or arguing in front of them or bickering. So I just feel like that's torture. Conscious decision to wait till after the holidays, I think, is torture.
I agree.
We're talking about the kids right now, right? And here's, you know, last episode I said my worst gift was trauma for the holidays, right? Well, I think, you know, my mother would have said the same thing. Like, her thing for me was, you've ruined another holiday. You've ruined another holiday. Like, I remember one of my relationships when I was young and still under there. I was an adult, but I was with somebody. She had a child already, and we broke up right before the holidays. And my mom was like, you ruined Christmas. You know what I mean? Because I ended it before the holidays, right? And then what I was thinking about is, like, let's say, you know, there's a 4-year-old child and your parents break up right before the holidays. Like, might that not remain? That person could be sitting doing a podcast in 20 years saying, I got trauma for the holidays.
So I found that studies on children and family conflict consistently find that chronic tension is more damaging than a single disruptive event. So if we think about it as like the torture of the conflict throughout the holidays, that's kind of like the gift of complex trauma. But then again, like, if it's just one disruptive event, as in your mom and dad are
getting divorced,
and we're going to try to make the best of this holiday season. If it's like put in a nice little bow, maybe it's not as traumatic as...
Happy New Year, everyone.
Getting divorced.
Today's episode will be heartbreak and divorce.
It's just, this is really coming up with a lot of my couples. And most of my couples come to me because of infidelity and divorce, literally my specialty. So I'm trying to help them either divorce nicely, or stay together,
and
nice.
Actually, I'm going through a similar thing professionally right now also, where I'm dealing with a family that the parents may be, and divorce is on the table. So like, I hear you, and I hear this is a very pertinent topic this time of year, where people are considering it, staying together through the holidays in the relationship, because they feel like it would be horrible, like you said, to end it. And I think you're making the argument it isn't so horrible, right? I just don't know where I'm at with it right now, like, because I'm thinking about it, and if I've ended things, which obviously I have, before the holidays. I mean, I was 21 then, you know what I mean? Or 20. I don't even remember. Like, I think I was 20.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Right. Like, I'm 20. Like, I don't want to offend anyone, but in my perspective today, being much older, I was kind of a kid.
Right.
You know, and I'm ending this relationship, and I didn't, you know, I don't think I thought about it a lot. And I was a selfish
You ended it
person
before the
back
holidays?
then. Yeah. Remember, my mom said you ruined Christmas, because I ended a relationship and the woman had a child, and that, like, they had been involved with my family.
Oh, okay.
Obviously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my mom had probably bought gifts for the kid, and now I'm like, we're done.
Yeah.
Right? Like, shortly before the holidays.
Right.
So again, I was a kid. I was selfish. I was super selfish back then. I was in my own issues and my own problems. Would I do that today? Like, if I were in a relationship and it needed to end, would I end it before the holidays? I don't know. I hear what you're saying. I am also on your team, where I have a tough time being disingenuous, but I think, I don't know. I do feel like it would be kinder not, like, maybe get through the holidays and see if I still feel the same. Like, maybe the stress of the holidays is impacting the relationship. Like, I think a lot of what your statistics are looking at is this relationship has had problems for a long time. Like, we're silently suffering, you know, and we're finally making a decision to end it. Do I end it, you know, in early December, or do I end it in January, early January 11th, right? Do I get a divorce January 11th, or do I get a divorce December third. You know what I mean? And I think in that case, if everybody's suffering in silence,
I do feel like, because I think when I was talking about it, I was thinking about it a more like juvenile relationship too. I do think how Mel is talking about it, like families, divorce, it is a lot harder to just say, you know what, everybody is suffering and we're unhappy. I feel like those decisions are really hard to make during the holidays because you're disrupting enough, even though like statistics say one single event isn't going to really impact the child as much as the other. It's so hard to actually see that.
Going back to how you said that your mom said that you ruined the holidays, which is like really just
so
like
many holidays.
guilt.
That was just one Christmas. Like I've also ruined Easter. I've ruined every
holiday.
You know, Arbor Day. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. Nobody even celebrates Arbor Day. I think that's when you plant a tree.
Yeah. That whole idea is that you should wait because it's kinder to wait, or because you care about the other person, so you should wait. And so research says that the bigger motivator is usually the avoidance of the conflict than the altruism. Like
I can't relate to the avoidance of conflict. I can't.
True.
Like I put a post up the other day that was a joke, but it was like conflict is my love language. You know what I mean? Like, or confrontation or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
confrontation.
Like I'm not really.
I am probably the president of that club, and
of avoidance.
Yeah, and Eddie is probably like the vice president
Of
avoiding.
Just a little I know of Eddie from when he walked in the room like an hour and a half ago. He is the king.
Yeah,
of
I'm the
avoidance.
actually.
You're
I'm
like
I'm like the secretary
of state or something.
No.
You're like way down the hierarchy.
Eddie is the president. I'm the.
He is so far up there.
Yeah.
So what were we saying?
So we're saying that
love,
it feels kinder, but it's really self-protective. We're just
if you're avoiding, right? You know, the thing that popped in my head is Maslow believed that in every instance you have two choices: the growth choice or the safe choice. And I think what you're saying is that in this case, the growth choice, if I'm an avoidant person and I'm like, oh, we'll break up after the holidays, the growth choice would be to end it now. And I think if you're like me, where it's like, you know, I will end it right now. You know what I mean? I'm not conflict avoidant. The growth choice might be to be kinder and wait.
So maybe I'm not as avoidant as I think I am.
I don't think you are. I
mean, when I asked the secretary which one's scarier, I think I used the word scarier. I expected it to be Mel. And she said you. So how do you see yourself as so conflict avoidant?
Yeah.
Maybe, like, internally.
You're really not.
I'm really not.
So you're not as conflict avoidant as you think you are.
I think I'm more blunt than I like.
And I feel like I wish that I was more direct like that. I don't get that anxious that I have to meet with someone or if it's professionally related in terms of conflict.
And I definitely do.
So I don't get that anxious, but maybe it's because I trust that I will deliver it as nicely as possible. But then I'm like, oh, I felt like I beat around the bush a lot before I get to the point.
If you guys can't tell, I'm very sick on this episode.
Right.
So I'm going to need some help from...
It's the season.
Yeah, you're much more participatory than you thought you would have been.
See?
Hey, I know I'm blunt, and I mean, I don't know if you guys saw, but I put up like some of the spot surveys.
Yes, I
recently.
did.
How,
I did.
like some people hate me, like literally hate me. Like they write things that are, I don't even know if those were the worst. There was one that was, no, I think I put it like what should be changed about the class, Barry. Like just me, the professor, like don't have him teach it anymore. It was like 80% positive.
Yeah.
Like I'm the best, you know, whatever.
That's probably like realistic.
A lot of positive.
People feel about us. Probably like 80%.
Yeah,
like
that's
us
true.
And 20 don't.
Well,
Like
I think
in
that's
general, like in life.
yeah.
Like,
I think life is generally that way. Like there's going to be people that don't like you.
You're just like flat out asking them, like
Right.
Because, I'm not.
Well, the university
is. They want their feedback. Right. Yeah, I get to see it.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to see it. There's been semesters where I haven't even looked. I'm like, I'm not even going to look this semester.
Yeah.
Like my
If it didn't go too
Like,
my
well.
why,
self-esteem
like,
my
hurt your
self-esteem is not strong enough to handle some of the feedback this
Yeah.
time. I guess what I was saying is I think I come across very confrontational and very blunt, even though I've tried to tone it down, even though my goal is to be kinder, like you were saying. But I think I'm still very, upfront. But I don't know, like we're kind of turning this into, are we afraid of confrontation or not? Rather, but I do think that relates.
I think that
ties it,
relates
yeah.
so much to it.
Right. Because what we were saying is if you're avoiding it for yourself because you don't want to, make that choice, then that's probably what you should do. You should probably do the opposite of what you're
Inclined to do.
And that's something I really push myself, I think, especially recently, is if something is making me extremely uncomfortable, like I have to just try and do it. Especially like in like any kind of relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tell myself to put my big girl pants on all the time.
Yeah.
Like I just have to do this.
Right.
And it's usually not as bad as we think it's going to be.
Right.
Sometimes. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've challenged my students that say they're afraid of confrontation, or my clients. I'm like, what are you afraid of? Like, chances are we're not going to fight. Like, if you were to confront me, chances are I'm not going to lose my shit and beat you up.
Right.
Like, what are we really afraid of?
Something someone told me once that really resonated with me was that it's not your responsibility if someone gets upset at you. Like they can handle being upset or being mad at you, and like that's okay.
Yeah,
like,
we have to let people have their feelings.
Right. And I think about that often, that like if I may do something to upset someone, not that I'm doing it on purpose to upset someone, but like it's okay if they get mad at me. Like it's not my job to try to protect them from being
I think with everything there's balance.
Yeah.
Right? Like we don't want to walk around pissing everyone off.
Right.
But
That's
we
not
also
what I mean.
don't want to be accountable for everyone else's feelings.
Yeah.
Right? Like if we need to say something, we should be able to say it. But I do wonder when people are afraid of confrontation, like what is it you're afraid of? I think some of this goes back to evolutionary theory, where sometimes we're just afraid of we're not going to be liked. And that's like evolutionary theory says that if we were a group that had to survive and we're hunters and gatherers and you throw me out of the group because you don't like me, I'm probably going to die.
Right.
Right? That's evolutionary theory because we needed to live together, right, to survive. Like we were hunters and gatherers, and it took a community, right? So maybe some of it is still that fear, but we have to rationally challenge that. Like I really work with my clients a lot, I think, on not being so afraid of confrontation. Like chances are it's going to be okay.
Right.
You're probably not going to get murdered. You're probably not going to get physically assaulted. The person may be upset, but we can communicate through that if the relationship is important.
Bringing it back to relationships and what I've been
whether to break up before the holiday.
And what I've been like working with a lot of my couples on right now is that you have to go through it, whether or not you decide, okay, I'm gonna break up before the holidays. It's still going to be a process that you have to go through. Or if you decide that you're going to wait till after the holidays, then that's also another process. Because with the couples that are consciously deciding we're going to stay together through the holidays, that's also rough. Like to know, if you have like a happy moment together, then it's, are we still like breaking up, or is this a fake moment right now because
or maybe like should we not because we had this moment?
Right, exactly. And all of it is a process that you have to go through to get to the other side. But that could be scary because we don't know what the other side looks like.
Right. I think that's such a good point though. Like how are people making this decision? I assume if people are deciding to divorce or end a long-term relationship, that this is something they've thought about and keep coming back to over a good period of time.
I mean, for my couples, it's a lot about infidelity, and it's like recurring infidelity.
Right.
So, there's a lot of trust issues there. So I think part of the decision comes in, I don't know if I can ever trust you again. Right. So this is something that needs to be done.
Like if I were the listener right now, I might be confused. Like, okay, what should I do? Like I've been thinking for 5 months about ending my relationship. I mean, it's like we're recording this.
Yeah.
Supposedly it's going to come out after the holidays. So this comes out January 2nd. You got like 9 more days to file for divorce. It'll be January 11th. Keep the stack going, But I think if I were struggling with this decision, it's very individual.
Right. That's what I was...
Yeah. I don't think we can give like, hey, it's okay to break up. I mean, it is. It is okay to break up before the holidays. It's also okay to wait till after the holidays, depending on which of those decisions is going to be the healthiest decision for you guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. I think I'm known on this podcast for quoting a lot of studies. And one thing I like to say about studies to my students and now to our listeners is studies speak in generalities. It doesn't mean 100% of people should do it that way. Like sometimes we have to figure out what's best for us, but we should consider what studies say, and is it our own brain? Like am I not doing this because I really believe it's the healthiest thing for us to do, or am I not doing this because I'm avoiding the confrontation and I'm providing myself, a lot of psychology talks about how our brain just justifies what our feelings want to do. So that's not always the healthiest thing. It's just providing good reason.
Yeah, I feel like I'm constantly having conversations when I'm doing therapy about if something is selfish. Like, I think you even said it. Like, you said, I'm selfish.
I think back then I was very, very selfish. I think I'm a lot less selfish now. But I believe humans are selfish to at least a 50-50, you know what I mean? There's times I do things for others, but there's also, like, often my first thought is a selfish thought. Like, how does this affect me?
Yeah, but see, we're saying that it's selfish and putting it in a negative light. A lot of times I feel like it's not selfish. It's that you're fighting against your true feelings about something. And you're just framing it as, oh, this is selfish. So if like you're completely unhappy in a relationship and you don't want to break up with that person because you feel like that would be selfish.
Like you're just fighting against what really needs to be done.
Right. Like it doesn't make so much sense to me.
Yeah.
I
do. I feel like really understanding ourselves is very, very difficult.
Yes.
Like our brains do a lot of things that are meant to like make us feel safer and protect our own ego that aren't necessarily good for us and aren't necessarily us, This is
why I love psychodynamic therapy so much. Like I love getting into why we do things and where it comes from. Like I feel like I say that all the time. I think just today alone I've said, where does that come from? Like in our regular conversations before the podcast.
Yeah.
Because understanding where it comes from and how that pattern started is
helpful.
Is very helpful.
But it's not enough, right?
I feel like then you're more mindful of your behavior and the decisions that you make.
Right. I don't disagree. I would say that that's a big part of my approach is not trusting our brains, right? And I think knowing where things come from is, it's fun, it's insightful. But we also, like, there's more to it. Like some famous psychologist who I can't remember right now says, insight is the booby trap of therapy.
Oh, yeah.
Like you get the insight and you're like, okay, I get it now. But it doesn't change until you work to change it.
Well, and that's how I explain therapy to a lot of my clients, like early on, is that the way that I do therapy is we're going to dive into your past and we're going to blame whoever we have to blame on it, usually your parents. But then we have to do something about it. You have to make a choice if you want to just accept that this is who you are and you're just going to live your life this way, or if you're going to decide to do something about it. And that's where therapy lies.
Right.
in that work.
Yeah. Yeah, the insight's great, but what are we going to do? And sometimes, not to counter everything you just said, but sometimes to me it's not important where it came from. It's what are you going to do about it? Like, I don't want to spend too much time on where it came from. Yeah. Like, what are we going to do about it? Yeah. What are we going to do about it? I do agree that insight helps. Like, if I know I have this pattern, I can identify it and work. I can see when it's coming up again and try to work against it. All right. So
I think for me, that comes from...
Yeah.
No, I think it comes from when working with infidelity. I have a lot of individuals when I'm doing individual therapy that ask me, why am I like this? Why do I keep making this mistake, or why do I keep doing this to my partner? And so for me, it's important for them to understand that first. So then we could work on it. But I get what you're saying.
Right. But one of the therapies that I was looking at was the whole idea of like when your client asks, like, why am I like this? A separate goal, rather than understanding why they're like that, is to separate them from the problem behavior. Like, this is a behavior. It's not who you are. And then what can you do about the behavior?
Yeah.
But I agree with you. Like, sometimes insight is, the way to understand it, and it helps clear the path to changing. Sometimes just changing it doesn't hold because you didn't get to the root. So insight gets more to the root. You've been very quiet, Liz.
Well, I feel like when we're talking about relationships sometimes, like, I know you don't like to do
She
couples
zones
therapies.
She zones out.
Trying not to cough.
Yeah,
Right.
I was just trying really hard not to sniffle.
Not to cough,
or
sniffle.
breathe.
Her ears hurt from wearing the earphones.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in bad shape over there.
Yeah. It was just,
Well, you were very participatory in the last 2 episodes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll give
She
you a
was-
pass.
She had a lot of participation
I did,
in
and
this
I think
one, too.
my energy.
But the last 10 minutes has been you and I just sitting here. Like,
I was
talking.
actually thinking,
She's like way over there.
the Mel and Barry show.
I feel like we both, like, I know relationships is one of my favorite
Right,
areas of psychology, and I love doing couples
Mine
therapy,
is
and
the
Mel does it.
polar opposite,
Yeah.
as we all know.
So where did we land on this? You guys have to decide for yourselves whether to end your relationship before the holidays or not. And since this is airing after the holidays,
Whatever choice you made was the right choice.
right? Make it the right choice.
Exactly.
Right. I've heard that on a podcast recently. Like, some famous psychologist said, whatever choice you make it the right choice. Yeah.
I love that.
For you.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh, I agree. I've been saying that for decades. Our brains are really good at justifying what our feeling wants to do. So let's think about somebody breaking up a relationship to go to, like, they've met somebody and they're infatuated with that person, right? They can convince themselves. They could even use this podcast, like, oh, Mel said there's all these statistics about don't wait till after the holidays. Like, let me end it now, right? And then, like, they can use...
Well, isn't that confirmation bias?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Which, right? Like, thank you. Like, there's confirmation bias. There's just 2 we talked about today, or confirmation bias and hindsight bias, right? So we have these biases that justify our decisions, which might necessarily not be the best decision. All right, you were going to say something and I cut you off.
I lost my train of thought.
Damn it. All right, I was talking about...
It was good, too.
It was about leaving one relationship because you're infatuated with someone else, right? And I think, Mel, I should ask rather than assuming, but it's my experience that a lot of people will stay in okay relationships until someone comes along and provides the motivation for them to leave that relationship. I don't know if that's your experience as a therapist.
Yes, 100%.
Okay. And I think that supported, like, I don't know, some data somewhere hopefully supports that a lot of people need something to push them to leave the relationship. It could be violence, it could be infidelity, it could be someone else comes along and now they want to seek that relationship, right? So I guess what I'm saying is maybe I've agonized with this decision about whether to leave my partner for this other potential partner, and I've thought about it, and I've said it's the best thing, and whatever, and then I do it. It doesn't, like, yes, make it the right decision. Okay. I am going to stand by that. I said it. I'll stand by it. Like, make it the right decision. But I don't know that 100% it was the best decision. I don't know. I don't know.
That's exhausting.
No, but right. Like, I think
right, it is.
Both statements, like, make it the right decision and, like, trust, like, the choice that you made.
Yeah.
I think it's like trust that the choice you made was a conscious choice.
A well thought out conscious choice.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Right. I think that is to avoid this whole
like buyer's remorse.
Yeah. So that we don't overthink. Like what are we doing when we're overthinking? Like you can't go back to change it. So
like is what it is.
Yeah, we can only move forward.
Right.
So make it the right decision and move forward. Because then there's gonna be another choice to be made.
Like, I know I've messed with I feel like I've sat here messing with all of our listeners right now are like, I'm paralyzed. I cannot make any decision because I don't know if it's just my brain, like, justifying what I want or if it actually is the healthiest decision. Right. So, yes. So maybe I've done that. But at the same time, when you make a choice, you can always recognize, oh, this wasn't the right choice, and backtrack. Like, I know plenty of people, maybe not plenty, but I have known people that ended relationships and got back together, or divorced and got back to, like, I heard of a couple that I think they married each other like 2 or 3 times.
Wow.
Yeah, because they would get married, break up, get divorced.
I know 2 couples that got divorced, completely divorced, and remarried.
Yeah. So there we go. So, okay. There's a lot of statistics that indicate if you're thinking about ending the relationship, you shouldn't let the holidays interfere with that. You should end it. Okay. Because living with all that tension through the holidays, the ambiguity, it's all part of the process. You have to go through the process sooner or later. You're worried about hurting the kids. The kids are very resilient. They'll get over it. Yeah. Like, that's fine. Okay. Like, you shouldn't let the holidays interfere. I think a second point, if I'm just bullet pointing this, is don't let avoidance, like my conflict avoidance, keep me from doing that. Like, make the growth choice. The growth choice would be to not let my fears inhibit me, or maybe to be kinder. If generally I'm a blunt, do what I want right now person, maybe I should wait and be kinder. So make the growth choice. Also, that our brains lie to us a lot. And there are all kinds of biases out there, and we need to question our thinking. Maybe we need to bounce things off of someone.
Yes.
A therapist is a great person to do that with, hopefully. But there are therapists that will just, like, I see these memes all the time. The worst person you know is sitting with a therapist right now being told they need to be selfish in this instance. You know what I mean?
Because they're sitting with me and I'm telling them to be selfish.
Or with any of us, right? Like, but I think the goal of a therapist is to give you, like, they're not an ordinary friend, right? Like Carl Rogers said this. They're a friend.
Love him.
That will tell you the truth. I may like you, but I'm not going to protect you. You know what I mean? Because I like you, and I'm not going to just take your side because I like you.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
it's probably why my clients say I'm so blunt.
Yeah.
Maybe because you're more objective. Like, you're trying to be objective, right? So I think bounce it off some people. It doesn't have to be a therapist, friends, people that will tell you the hard truths or the hard perceptions that you may not want to hear, and consider that as well. If you need to go to a therapist to get that, do that. So be aware your brain lies, and you need to bounce it and think about it and mull it over, and then make a decision, and then make it the best decision.
Right.
Did I sum it up well? Did
Wow.
I miss anything?
Wow.
Beautiful.
All right, you now have an action plan, listener, for all the choices you need to make.
Yes.
I guess.
Good job. Wow.
All right.
That was great.
That was great.
Yeah. I feel
All
good
right,
about
cool.
Okay.
it. Okay.
All right, so
How was that question? Did you like the question? Was it too depressing?
I feel, like, I don't know.
A little bit. We're talking about, like,
I don't
divorce
know.
and Christmases and a few
Yeah,
days.
divorce and Christmas.
All right. Okay. Well, that's a wrap on this episode of Therapists Say. I'm your host, Mel.
I am your other host, Liz.
I'm the co-host, Barry.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, that's it for today's episode of Therapists Say. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully you laughed, learned something, or at least realized you're not the only one with issues.
New episodes drop every 2 weeks, so hit follow and don't forget self-care.